Thank you. Is this on? Because I can't hear it. You guys can. Thank you. So, hi, Russell. For the world of your dreams, we're going to just do one verse. Verse 1. Okay, good. I heard your yes. Thank you. Yeah, so we're ready. We're going to start. Ella and Sam should come on up. They're going to help. Yeah, come on up. Ella and Sam should come up. And they say that we can't really hear me very well out there. So, okay. So come on up. Oh, yeah. So, all right. Now you're wondering, what are we doing for this nigun? Doesn't sound like it's on. Okay, you guys come stand in front of this mic over here. Switch places. All right, here we go. A nice nigun. When I was in Texas many, many years ago, the president of the congregation, David Goldstein, used to ask me, "Are we going to sing one of them legumes tonight?" So we are. So we're going to sing a legume. It goes like this. La 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 la.
Off to a good start. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Just in case you haven't been here in a while, or if you're tuning in perhaps from somewhere else, I'm Rabbi Heath Wattenmaker. This is Rabbi Jeremy Morrison, Cantor. Rabbi Sarah Weissman. Rabbi Sarah. We work together regularly. Rabbi Sarah Weissman, sorry. Of course, our wonderful Cantor, Jamie Spall. Our cantor emerita, Kate Greenwald. Rabbi John Prosnett is somewhere around here. There he is in the back. And of course, joined by our wonderful musicians, Yale and Ben and Russell on the keys. So wonderful to have you all here with us tonight to get to pay a special tribute throughout the Shabbat service to one of my favorite people and yours, Dr. almost Dr. Cantor Jamie Spall. Yeah. As you may have heard, Cantor Spall is being honored next week by our alma mater, the Hebrew Union College Jewish Institute of Religion, with an honorary doctorate, recognizing 25 years of service to the Jewish people and a pretty incredible career as a cantor as well. Cantor Jamie is certainly one of the most genuine and caring and enthusiastic and talented people I've ever met, let alone have the good fortune to work with on a daily basis. In Proverbs, we read about an Eshet Chayil, a woman of valor, that offers a litany of amazing qualities. She is someone who is trustworthy. She's a doer of good deeds. She faces the future with cheer. She's full of wisdom and kindness and loved by everyone she encounters. Pretty solid list, right? I and we feel so lucky to have such an incredible clergy partner in Jamie, and it's such a thrill that we're the ones, after a 25-year career, to get to shower her with praise and honor her tonight. So it's going to be a fun service. To bring a little bit of extra light, even though, Cantor Spall, your light just shines forth. See what I did there? We're going to invite our bar mitzvah for this Shabbat, Emmett Seeger, along with his family, Joe, Henry, and Stephanie Seeger, to light our Shabbat candles on page 2 or 120.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik
I'll ask you and your family to stay up here. We're going to give you this Kiddush cup and lead us in Kiddush on page 5 or 123. There you go.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, de'ahava u'ratzon, infilanu, zikaron
So we have a kind of trifecta of joy on this Shabbat. We have the joy of celebrating Shabbat together in this beautiful place. We have the joy of celebrating our cantor and her career. And it's starting to sound a little bit like a retirement, right? I guess 25 years of a great career that's just got so much farther to go.
To another 25.
Yeah, to another 25. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But we also have the joy of celebrating a new baby in our midst. And it is a great joy. And for us who are standing on this bima, and for others who work here, and for so many of you, this baby, Naomi Louise Cohen, is just immediately part of our extended family. She's the daughter of our colleague, Sarah Lowen. And her husband, Or, is also a colleague of sorts. He pitches in all sorts of ways and is part of this extended family of Beth Am. Naomi is also the fourth generation of her family to be part of this congregation. And even more remarkable, as I understand it, she's the firstborn daughter of a firstborn daughter of a firstborn daughter for at least 7 generations. And so I want to invite forward Sarah and Or with their beautiful daughter, and also to invite forward Naomi's grandparents who are here. Some have traveled just from Palo Alto. Others have traveled all the way from Israel. So please join us.
So some of Naomi's uncles and other extended relatives are watching us on streaming. So maybe Naomi can have her Simba moment for a second. All right, let's get that. Yeah. I'll get that camera zoomed in on this baby for all of those who are watching from Israel and New York and all of the other places that Or and Crane Lake, maybe the Berkshires as well, where Or and Sarah met. And so we have a special reading from our grandparents. I'm told that the main reason to have children is to be able to have grandchildren. So we invite forward Claire and Ed and Sipi and Yair to offer readings. Claire and Ed, you guys can come up here first, and Sipi and Yair after them. So.
I think we have a great ready parent too.
Our God and God of all generations, we are grateful for new beginnings, for the bond of new life that links one generation to another. Today, in the presence of this gathered community of family and friends, we celebrate the miracle of new life. We rejoice with Sarah and Or at the birth of their daughter. May they grow together as a family in health and in strength, their home filled with blessings throughout the years ahead.
All right, and Sipi and Yair are going to offer a sacred blessing for having reached this wonderful moment.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Amen.
Right.
We now have some special words for the parents. And you know, we say these, you've probably heard these words before because we use them often for baby namings, and they are so true. So I hope that you will appreciate them in a new way. Sarah, you probably heard them a few times.
We have been blessed with the gift of a beautiful little girl. She is the latest chapter in the unfolding of our lives together, an expansion of our journey as individuals and as a family. We have been transformed by her arrival, and our lives will never be the same. We are grateful to bring our daughter into a community that greets her with love and honor. We pray that we may continue to be worthy of the blessing and responsibility of parenthood.
Amen. You've chosen a beautiful name for your daughter. And I want to just talk about this name, Naomi, or Naomi, and Louise. And I want to take the second name first, because Louise is for Sarah, your grandmother, Grandma Weeze, Louise Lowing Crusoe, who died in 2018 at the age of 97. She was a strong and fiercely independent woman, insisting on living alone for 14 years after outliving 2 husbands. She was known for her outgoing friendliness and boundless energy, and she was always the life of the party. And I know that you hope that Naomi will inherit her strength, her energy, and her independence as she inherits her name, Louise. And then you've chosen this other name, a name that I know you chose because you like it a lot, Naomi. And as you both know, its root has to do with the idea of comfort and bringing comfort. You know, too, that Naomi is one of the great figures of the Bible. And it is to her that Ruth says these beautiful words. Ki el asher telchi elech, uva asher telini yalim, amech ami, velohayech Elohai. For wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people, and your God my God. We say these words often at weddings. They're wonderful words. Ruth's words are words of the great commitment. But in thinking about your daughter and the name that you have given her, I've been thinking about the inspiration for those words, Naomi. It's one thing to say those things. It's another to be the inspiration of such loyalty, commitment, and love. And so we hope that your daughter is that inspiration for those folks with whom she connects, and that she inspires such loyalty and devotion in the course of her life. It's a high standard, Naomi. It's a high standard, but your parents have created this high standard, and so may you live up to it. And so tonight, we formally bestow upon your daughter the name by which she will be known in the Jewish community, and by which she will be called on during all the significant Jewish occasions of her life. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blessed our fathers and mothers before us bless and sustain through her parents' loving care this beautiful child who wants to eat, whose English name is Naomi Louise Cohen. Let her be known among the Jewish people by the Hebrew name that we give her today, Naomi bat Sarah Ba'or. And may her name become known for righteousness, for wisdom, and for good deeds.
And so we'll say together as we welcome Naomi into the covenant of the Jewish people, repeat after me, Keshem,
Keshem,
Shenich Nasa,
Shenich Nasa,
Labrit,
Labrit,
Kain,
Kain,
Tikanes,
Tikanes,
La Torah,
La Torah,
Chuppah,
Chuppah,
Ulema'asim Tovim.
Ulema'asim Tovim.
Naomi, as you have entered into the covenant today, may you be led to the study of Torah, to a life of love, and to deeds of kindness and compassion.
Amen.
And we say, Mazel Tov.
We're gonna sing a special song now. This is a blessing, another blessing for you. It's like this. May your eyes shine with the light of Torah, and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be
you. Our service will keep the singing going. On page 20 or 138, we'll welcome another esteemed guest, the guest of Shabbat. On page 20, we read about Shabbat as a Sabbath bride, and we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and then rise for verse 9.
We're going to keep
26.
singing. This is from my home congregation in North Hollywood, Adot Ariel. We used to do this on Friday nights for a Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash me'era v'amen be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamnich malachutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayed echol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imeru 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 amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivarach le'alam ule'almei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitzadar v'yitale v'yitalal shmei 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 dekudesha dekudesha berichu leila mikol birchata birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma ve'imeru amen amen. All right. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 yai la lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai
Page 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kibor Malchuto Le'olam va'ed.
You can be seated. We invite forward our B'nai Mitzvah for next Shabbat, Jaden and Zachary, to lead us in the words and the teaching of the book of Deuteronomy, which is found on page 36 or 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך Hayom alevavecha, vishinanta levanecha, vidivarta ba'am, bishivtecha bevetecha, uvlechtecha vadere, ushokrecha ukumecha, ushartam leot al yadecha, v'chayu letotafot beinenecha, uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tizkeru, vasitem et kol mitzvotai, vitem kedoshim elelechem. Ani Adonai Elohim, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, leot lahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohim, Adonai Elohim.
When we were planning this evening to honor Cantor Spall, Cantor was a little nervous about what night we were going to choose, getting her doctorate. But then she said, oh no, what if the Warriors go to 6?
I said
Then people won't be able to watch. And I said, don't worry, Cantor. Just like the miracle of the crossing of the Red Sea, I'm pretty sure the Warriors won't be playing this Friday night. So we sing the words of Micha Mocha together on page 40.
Galom yad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
We continue with Hashkivenu, our prayer for peace, which is on page 42 or 160.
We're just going to take it from the indented part in the middle of the Hebrew where it says Ushmor Tzeitenu. Ushmor Tzeitenu voenu l'chayim u'lishalom me'ata ve'ad olam Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
On page 44, 162, we are reminded that it's not enough just to keep Shabbat, but we should enjoy it. Yismechu v'malchutcha shomrei Shabbat kore oneg. This is the source for our oneg Shabbat. So it says, enjoy with cookies, right here. Page 44. We'll turn now to the Amidah, our standing prayer, which begins on page 46 or 164. As is our custom, we'll chant together the first three blessings and then continue in silence. When you're finished with your personal prayers, you can be seated.
La 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 Baruch Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Gilva Libnei B'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Bal Givurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umasmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelucha selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Page 62. Elohai nitzor lishoni mera usfatai medaber mirma vilim kalalai nafshi tidom v'nafshi ke'afar lakotie Elohai Elohai nitzor lishoni mera usfatai medaber mirma vilim kalalai nafshi tidom v'nafshi ke'afar lakotie
Our thoughts now turn to those in need of healing, healing of body or healing of spirit. And tonight we are especially keeping in mind Deb Altschuler, Ginny Anderson, Tina Aronowitz, Albert Bivas, Patricia Brown, Susan Carlson, Diane Denenberg, Rudy Andrizi, Terry Gibson, Selena Glader, Barbara Heiken, Dorothy Huppert, Moritz Huppert, Marvin Jones, Arnie Kaufman, Harold Muckamal, Nick Pasquale, Donna Perlman, Rabbi Lori Phillips, Peggy Pizzo, Dale Prinstein, Sue Rauhut, Harris Sachs, Jonathan Sachs, Stephen Abraham Simon, David Baruch Ben Simona, Matthew Smith, Nikki Sokol, Donna Spanger, Brown Taylor, and Nicole Gent Wickenheiser. If there are others you're thinking of, please share their names aloud, and we'll sing the words on your screen. I'm going to let you get comfortable, Cantor Spall. I know I was going to say you should have a seat in the front so you get a good view, but I think everyone wants to watch your reaction. Okay. So I'm going to just invite you to I don't know, we'll find you a spot.
I can here, I like my spot.
But we're going to start serious. Okay. So it is my great pleasure to invite up Deppie Muckaball, a dear friend of Cantor Spall's and a member of our board, to offer some words of tribute.
First, I want to note that there are a lot of people here in this room. And there are a lot of people joining us virtually who can't be in this room. And finally, there are some people who are no longer with us, but they are still here. And I, for one, can feel their love, and I hope you can too, Jamie. Last Friday morning during Passover Yizkor services, you beautifully chanted, Shirat Hayam, the Song at the Sea. The portion is special, as it marks the Israelites crossing through the Red Sea and bursting into song. Interesting fact, that will be Sam and Ella's B'nai Mitzvah portion next February. No pressure, kids. If my research is correct, and there are 4 rabbis who can check me, Shirat Hayam is the first time in the Torah where praise of God is specifically sung rather than spoken. At this particular moment in the Torah, mere words would be insufficient. The Israelites needed song to express their joy, their relief, their elation. Cantor Shpal, each time you are on this bima, you give us the vehicle to channel our emotions and engage with our tradition, our liturgy, and our community through song. Thank you. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs teaches that there is an interconnection between music and the spirit. He says, words are the language of the mind, but music is the language of the soul. When the soul sings, the spirit soars. He reminds us that our tradition is full of instances when we use melody to express our emotions. Hannah sang when she had a child. When Saul was depressed, David would play for him, and his spirit would be restored. My own namesake, Deborah, sang after Israel's victory over the forces of Sisera. Indeed, our morning prayers begin with Psukei Hazimra, the verses of song. If, as Rabbi Sachs says, music has this phenomenal way to evoke emotion, then you, Cantor Shpal, are our soul's therapist, enabling us to use music to heal, to soothe, and to nourish our hearts, minds, and souls. And tonight we celebrate and thank you for the many gifts you have shared during the first 25 years of your cantorate. Your glorious music and beautiful voice, your warm and caring neshama, your gentle and steady teaching, and your infectious love of our Jewish faith and traditions. I know we can't talk about Bruno, but can we talk a little bit about those gifts of yours? Your music and voice. Your rabbinic colleague from Congregation Beth Israel in Austin, Rabbi Elizabeth Dunsker, describes perfectly why your music is so powerful. She says, Jamie's voice can do everything. It can be loud and hearty and full, it can be joyous, it can be mournful, and it can just float in the most beautiful way. We just heard it, right? When you chant the deep Kol Nidre prayer on Yom Kippur, wearing your distinctive white keppel on your head, how can we not do the introspection asked of us that day? And how can we not believe we are in the presence of God? You have made music a big part of our ritual and prayer here at Beth Am, introducing us to new melodies and giving us the comfort of joining in tunes that beckon memories and ground us in tradition. You lead 3 musical ensembles, the Zimriya, our youngest singers, the Shul Rock Band, our teen musicians, and our High Holiday Choir, our most seasoned ones, giving them all opportunities to use their voices, their spirits to fill our sanctuary with intergenerational melody. Your warm and caring neshama. Anyone who meets you for the first time or the 100th time immediately experiences your ner tamid, your special light. Congregants describe you as hospitable, kind, inviting, inclusive, and loving. It's a warmth that has defined you for your entire life, and I'm told mirrored your father Alan's. Cantor Eileen Keyes, a friend and colleague who grew up with you in Los Angeles, tells me that you are the same warm, authentic, Hamish, talented, loving, devoted, and incredibly strong person you were when she met you 30 years ago. Another cantorial colleague and dear friend, Julie Berlin, told me that you have a genuine interest in people and joy in everything you do. The way you care for others so tenderly is clear in how you launched our synagogue's Chevra Kadisha, or burial society, 2.5 years ago. Taking care of those who have deceased and supporting their mourners is considered one of the most important mitzvahs one can do, in part because the deceased cannot repay you for the kindness. You have given our Chevra Kadisha members the inspiration and on-ramp to perform the rituals of Tahara and Shmirah, and this has made our community truly holy. Your gentle and steady teaching. It's probably safe to estimate
that more than 1,000 young people have celebrated their B'nai Mitzvah with you as their teacher and guide. That's a lot of talit ceremonies. It's clear for those of us who have attended any of those ceremonies that joy and love are fully present. You help all of those young people cultivate a love of being Jewish at such a pivotal moment in their lives. Rachel Goldstein was the second B'nai Mitzvah you ever worked with at Congregation Beth Israel in Austin. She emphasized that you were instrumental in contributing to one of the biggest Jewish life moments, her bat mitzvah. She says, "Thank goodness for her vocal recordings on those tapes back in the day she made for me. Not only did they keep me on track, but her dedication to me was incredible. While it has been 25 years since my bat mitzvah, I am still so grateful for her positive attitude and mentorship all those years ago." As important, it is clear that Beth Am's young people feel fully but gently supported. I love the little ways, maybe no longer the tapes, in which that scaffolding is apparent. The winks, the nods, the high fives that they share with you after nailing their Torah portion. You know innately when they need you to join their voice and sing a little louder as they lead tefillah prayers. Meeting our young people where they are at is part of what makes you an incredible teacher. Another one of your early B'nai Mitzvah students, Rachel Horowitz, shared, "Cantor Spall has always kindly met my family where we were in defining how we wanted to practice Judaism. For example, my grandfather's tradition was to read, not chant Torah, and she kindly supported me in my choice to read, not chant, my Torah portion when I became a bat mitzvah. Your influence on Rachel endured. Indeed, when she and her husband Felix decided to marry last year, they asked you to officiate the ceremony. Several years ago, you worked tirelessly alongside our congregant, Rachel Gibson, to revolutionize how Beth Am ran our own B'nai Mitzvah program, identifying ways to enhance the experience for our young people, ensure that they met this milestone with skill and meaning, but also by creating community alongside their peers. Months after her bat mitzvah, my own daughter Zoe has said that she would love to do the ceremony all over again. Your infectious and deep love of Judaism. It is so apparent that you love everything about being Jewish. Our music, our traditions, our books, even our food. I know from your sister Lauren that your childhood cantor, Alan Michelson, helped to cultivate this love. And certainly your parents, Alan and Marcy, created a home filled with Jewish culture and celebration. No matter where it was born, it has stuck with you, and now you have shared it with us. One congregant told me, "Cantor Spall makes music that transports me to deep sacred spaces, and her obvious love of the cantorate and all things Jewish is contagious." Every Shabbat, you so generously share that love with us from the Bima. In doing so, you help lighten our load. It should be noted that during the pandemic, in particular, your music and your smile have held us so tightly at a time when we needed it most, shielding us from despair, reminding us that we are not alone, encouraging us to channel our emotions in Hebrew song. Some of you know that Cantor Spall and I met 40 years ago as bunkmates at Camp Ramah in Southern California. Singing was a huge part of our camp experience. We had a beloved camp music director, Andy Spitzer, who would run around the dining room with his accordion on his chest, jumping on benches, getting hundreds of kids to join in song. I'm pretty sure it's where both of our deep loves of Jewish music were born. I reached out to him to let him know that Jamie was receiving this honor. He was delighted that she had become a cantor. He wanted to share this wish with you, Jamie. You have taken the best of camp with you throughout your illustrious career. You are touching people deeply with your spirit, spirituality, and music. My hope for you is that you have the incredible joy of learning from even a few of those people just how much. May you go mechil al mechil, from strength to strength. While we have all benefited from your many gifts, we know that this kind of job is physically and emotionally exhausting. We would be remiss if in marking this celebrity moment, we didn't thank your reinforcements, those who nourish your body and soul so you can do the same for ours. Thank you, Marcel, Ella, and Sam, for loving and caring for your partner and mom so well so that she can love and care for us. We're now in the season of counting the Omer, counting the 7 weeks between Passover and Shavuot. The Jewish mystics expanded the counting to incorporate focusing on 7 holy attributes. Each of the 7 weeks of the Omer counting is associated with one of those attributes. This week we focus on Gevurah, or might. Jamie, thank you for using your might, your holy powers, your strength to make our spirits soar. That's it. Loved it.
After that pathos, now we have some bathos.
Hey. Jamie, this is what I want to say. We couldn't decide which of us was going to talk about you, so we all wrote something. And each of us is around 7 to 8 minutes long. So you have to choose who you want to start with. No, I'm just joking. So, we did think about each saying something, and then we realized, and our amazing executive director, Rachel Tesh, would tell me sometimes what the comments would come in on like the Facebook Live. And every Shabbat, the comments that would come in would be like, too much rabbi, more cantor. Too much rabbi, more cantor. Too much rabbi, more cantor. So we took that, and we know that Ella and Sam are currently practicing for next week's production of Fiddler on the Roof. So we decided to offer you our own song. This is a tribute. I see Paul out there. You can use this in the high holidays next year if you want, Paul. Okay, this one's totally up to you. But many thanks to Russell and mostly Sarah for making this sound pretty good.
Not yet.
Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, God took a synagogue by the hand, stood by its side, and miracle of miracles, founded a cantor to lead the band. Wonder of wonders, miracle of miracles, 25 years of perfect sound, singing smiles, teaching trope and Diet Coke. We've got a cantor so profound. When Jamie shows up right on time, that is a miracle. 25 years of B'nai Mitzvah, that is a miracle too. But of all her talents, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that through years of teaching and prayer, she demonstrates such grace and care. Wonder of wonders, miracles of miracles, though she's a chassid in disguise, a strong reformed Jew, true and true, she davens better than all the guys. When Jamie sings us Kol Nidre, yes, that is a miracle. When Marcel brews a batch of IPAs, that is a miracle too. But of all her miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all. 25 years we are so blessed to see. Our hats are off to you, Jamie.
Put it down here for later. Thanks.
Rabbi Prosnit forgot to mention one thing. He wrote that.
You want me to? So now we're gonna. I know it's hard to follow that musical performance, but we do want to invite Cantor Kay to join with Cantor Jamie for some truly beautiful music.
That was so lovely. Well, this Eli Devarim, Kay and I have sung together at the High Holidays. I mean, lots of times.
Lots of times.
But it says that these are the obligations without measure, and it talks about Gemilut Chasadim, acts of loving kindness, and it talks about teaching Torah and studying Torah, and these are two things that, as a cantor, we hopefully do a lot of. So it's nice to be here with you, Kay. Thank you.
To be here with you. I feel a little bit like a proud mama, you know.
Good. All right, here we go. Eli Devarim, Eli Devarim. Thank you so much, Kay. That was outstanding and totally beautiful. Thank you, Ben. That was incredible. This is the best cello played on an oboe that I've ever heard.
And he just decided to do it for us about an hour ago.
Yeah,
so
and
it
of
was
course,
just wonderful.
Russell.
Thank you.
It was beautiful.
So many talented individuals, and we all know how amazing Cantor Spall is with people of all ages, and especially our Zimriah, our junior choir, and our Shul of Rock. Some of them are on the playground, but they're coming in. So if you have ever been part of Shul of Rock or Zimriah, we need you up here as we sing One Day. So anyone, don't be bashful. We need you up here.
All right, here they come.
With Cantor
Good.
Spall.
All right, there's some old people here, some college students coming.
Cantor Spall says you actually never age out of Zimriah.
I'm in the Zimriah too.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Oh, hi Benjamin. All right. I think you're right, Danny, you're right. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, good. Here comes Maya. All right, ready? Here we go. One day, one day, one day. One day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, that we don't want one day, one day, one day. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will play one day, one day. Oh yeah, 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 one day, one day, one day. Guys, love it.
Well done. Yesterday was Yom HaShoah, and in these moments we want to extend that day of memory into this communal moment of memory as we remember all of the victims that perished in the Shoah. And this memorial prayer was written by Aidan Solovoy. It is an interpretation of El Malei Rachamim, and I'd like to use it on this evening as a setting for our Kaddish. Creator of all, source and shelter, grant a perfect rest under your tabernacle of peace to those who perished in the Holocaust. Our fathers and mothers, our sisters and brothers, our rabbis and teachers, our neighbors and children, the named and the unnamed, whose lives were cut off by brutal, vicious, cunning, and calculated violence. May they find peace in the world to come. Remember the survivors who have since passed away, and the virtues of our people who've died at the hand of malice in every generation. We remember the works of their hands and the messages of their hearts. Bless the defenders of Israel with safety and strength, and the righteous of all nations who provide protection, shelter, and comfort to the Jewish people. Let their deeds be a source of favor in heaven and healing on earth. Put an end to anger, hatred, and fear, and lead us to a time when no one will suffer at the hand of another. Speedily, in our days, May the memories of all who face these horrors be sanctified with joy and love. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life, a living blessing in our midst. We remember at this time those of our community who have died during the past week. Linda Leisner, sister of Alan Greenwald, aunt of Jeff Greenwald. Ronald Marks, husband of Carol Marks. Roberta Lynn Berger Bernstein, partner of Larry Karp, sister of Renee Pollock and Cheryl Berger, mother of Martine Bernstein, Shauna Bernstein, and our member Daniel Bernstein, grandmother of Audie, Alistair, and Dorothea Bernstein-Hines, Ruby and Mira Bernstein, Matashik, and Everest Bernstein. And we add to those names Philip Gershatter, for whom we observe Shaloshim. And if you are here tonight in commemoration of a yard site or as a mourner, I invite you to rise as I read these names. Shirley Jean Irola, Matt Barkin, Al Barkoff, Rita Brown, Mardell Cohen, Connie Deck, Ida Derenstein, Max Fried, Ike Galinsky, Rosalie Gittin, Ruth Ann Bobrov Glater, Suzanne Goldberg, Esther Gordon, Francis Gorelick, Thelma Groschel, William Grossman, Ernst Guthoner, Harold Harris, Gloria Honig, Hal Jacoby, Sarah Kaplan Swerdlow, David Katz, Lee Katz, Nathan Katz, Manuel Katzman, Charity King, Joseph I. Koppelman, Philippa Court, Marvin Krasno, Rhoda Kroll, Berta Kropp, Matthew Lash, Estee Lauder, Sylvia Lerman, Lawrence Levin, Albert Luff, Betsy Laurie, Greta McLeod, Nancy Mandeberg, Joanne Markell, Stephen Masner, Joan Messinger, Evelyn Miller, Solomon August, Emil Pereira, Gary Siegel Polovoy, George Powell, Jerome Raffel, Hannah Reback, Arliss Rifkin, Marjorie Rothschild, Charles J. Rothschild Jr., Barbara Rubin, Zelda Ruddenberg, Gail Schlachter, Sylvia Schlesinger, Sarah Ann Schultz, Sam Seidman, Dorothy Shapiro, Diane Spicer, Leah Alter Stepakov, Leonora Stopel, Zhenya Strenger, Sadie Trube, Israel Weitzer, Monroe H. Waxman, Leonard S. Williams, Elsa Yost. Are there any other names? Zichronam Livracha, may their memory be for a blessing. And we now stand with you. And we recite these words together on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon, v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam olamei omaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran b'alma v'yimeru, amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru, amen. On this Shabbat, we continue to collect tzedakah for Pursuit of Excellence, a Palo Alto foundation whose mission is to help low-income, hardworking students earn a college degree by providing financial support, mentoring, and enrichment opportunities for the entire time they're pursuing a degree. And it's important to note that 98% of all donations go directly to student scholarships. So we urge you to give. You can use Venmo, or you can place some money into our tzedakah collection, our box back there. And you have, I also want to say that the celebration now continues.
Yay. With dessert.
It should never end. And so immediately following our service, we urge you to move into the social hall where we have a few more tributes for you.
Oh, yay.
Both in song and in prose.
Oh, good.
And we now conclude our service with the singing of Adon Olam, which is on page 321 or 625.
Adon Olam asher malach haydi 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 b'terem kol yitzir nivra haydi 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 le'nasav echefso kol haydi 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 shemon nikra haydi 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 haydi. We're gonna go right to the last verse. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Thank you so much, everyone.